we've come through the village now. By the way, don the hat, because we wanted to get a view of some of the properties they got around here. We've got this beautiful timber frame building just here, which is called Weavers, behind this hedge. You've got a lane over there, which is Shepherd's Lane, which leads up to the village hall. And we've got another timber frame building here, which is absolutely charming. And unfortunately, we've got a man working on his digger just here. He's creating some sort of a base for something. But we were saying just now about the idyllic little cottages. You've got Yew Tree Cottage just here to my left hand side, and this one here called Michaelmas Cottage. Absolutely beautiful. This one here that is for let through Henry Adams Estate Agents is called Hope Cottage. And this is one called Pump Cottage. But on the other side you've got some more modern buildings up there. If anybody wants a nice bungalow up through there with lots of outhouses, King and Chasemore for sale. But there's little lanes like this one here, just tucked away, and there's big properties down below. But then you get these properties here that are on my left hand side, which are absolutely horrible. Why they have stuck two square boxes in amongst these beautiful cottages in Lodsworth, I don't know. It's very strange. But we would go back into the older part of the village again, and you've got these lovely stone walls built on the right hand side. And we've got here Jasmine Cottage. I just love the names of these old properties, just beautiful. But then you've got the old the old well house. Absolutely charming, beautiful, with a lovely weather vane at the top. But of course, with a little village like this, you get the traffic through the village. But just here, if you wanted to mount your horse, that's where you would do it. We've just come into the centre of the village now, and we've got the little village shop here. So it's called Lodsworth Larder, which is just up in here. So if you wanted to get your wares of some homegrown stuff, let me just have a wander up here. This is lovely. Hello, can I have a wander around? So I've just spoken to a lady in the shop, and she said that I can go in and do a little film around the shop, but of course I have to don the mask. Let's have a look round. As you can see, all different types of things in here. If you needed to buy anything locally, cleaning produce, you've got all your vinegars and everything, sauces, pet food. And as you can see, it's lovely construction of all this lovely timber. And as you can see, the ladies are keeping everything nice and clean, which is a must nowadays. Absolutely lovely. Thank you very much, ladies. Very kind.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye, and you. And there we have it. That's Lodsworth Larder. The ladies were very nice, very kind. Let me go in and have a look round. And as you can see, there's fresh produce there as well. And this is the rear of the pub, which we'll be having a look at in just a second. They've got all the outside entertainment area there. Very well organised in there. You've got an entrance and an exit. And we've got the Hollist Arms pub. And as I mentioned just now about cars coming in and out through the village, it is a bit of a pain when you're trying to do a film. But just here, Cynthia's in front of me.
Found a pump.
And she's got the pump, or found a pump.
It's the Bamford's covered chain pump.
Bamford covered chain pump.
Restored by Ted Holmes, a local parishioner, in 1999.
Oh wow.
Was previously erected outside the iron railings in front of the present day water pumping station between Lodsworth and the A272, and was used by drovers to fill water trough for horses and cattle.
Brilliant, brilliant. And we've got the maker's or manufacturer's name on there, which is Henry Bamford and Sons Patent Chain Pump, Uttoxeter, Stafford. And this is the front of the Hollist Arms, with the coat of arms on there as well. But of course the pub is shut at the moment due to the ongoing restrictions and pandemic, because we're coming towards the end of a month's lockdown. But again, we've got more lovely cottages here. And just behind Cynthia, we've got what's called Lodsworth Cottage. That's absolutely charming. So we're going to carry on heading down this way now, through more of the village. And just opposite where I'm standing now, we've got Holly Cottage and the old post office, which is directly opposite me. So this is the centre of the village, and of course we've got a notice board here giving you directions of what you can get to from this point here. And this one I think says to the Village Hall and Sports Ground. It does. So that's up that lane there. So as we head back down through the village, that's Gill's Lane going up there, and a post box, interestingly, post box and telephone, and it's got a telephone in it. And here's the collection box. Friday 4:15 is the next collection from here. So we're heading back down through the village. It's going to be a bit awkward to film down through here now, because there's going to be more and more cars coming through, and we're getting close to school run time, which is what we don't want to be doing. Hello. So we're going to have to keep stopping and starting, I think, as we head down through the village, heading back to the church. We've got this beautiful cottage here, Primrose Cottage, absolutely charming, with all the lovely stonework and brickwork. And just above the windows we've got the little soldier bricks all in place there. That's absolutely beautiful. Let's squeeze past this van, head down this way. Uploft, that place, SCFI 1957 Bicknell. Is that one? And again we got tile hanging, half tile hanging on this house, with bullnose tiles halfway up, but with the soldier bricks again above, which forms like a lintel above. And this is the old reading room, this one. With an archway over there. And a fantastic weather vane above the, going above there. Absolutely beautiful. We've got some sort of a, looks like a fig. Don't know whether that is or not. Here comes another vehicle again, which, as I said just now, it's very difficult. We're going to have to just put up with the noise from them. We've got stone walls either side as we walk down through this part of the village. Again, another lovely old cottage here, and one where the window's been filled in, and it looks like that there was a building attached to the side of that. If you follow the stonework up, you can see the shape of the join there. Okay. So as I cross the road, we've got May Cottage there, with the wisteria coming up the side. More traffic, unfortunately, and another cottage there with which looks like little windows haven't been filled in. And this one here is called Rose Cottage. We've got Rockery Cottage on the other side, which is that one there. As I walk down through here, there's a sign on this door here. The Old Barn Lodsworth Saddlers, the polo shop, entrance the other side. So as you can see, as I said just now about the traffic constantly going backwards and forwards through this village. This is modern times, I suppose, but that's what you have to put up with when you live in these villages. But just here we've got Vicarage Lane to my left, which is just there. But this house here on the corner, this is where E.H. Shepherd lived. He lived here between 1955 and 1976. So that's where he used to live. Just there, lovely little spot just on the corner. Just in front of me, you've got these lovely timber frame buildings. But just across the road, you've got this rather splendid, huge property, two huge properties there. That's the Old Barn Nursery on the corner, and Tudor Cottage there. So we're just heading down this part of the lane to get back to St Peter's Church. But just opposite me now we've got a property called Ewers with all the wisteria was there, but when Cynthia and I did a walk here once before, the wisteria was all out in flower. But this is the last part of our walk now, back down to the church. We've got Ivy Cottage just here to my right, and Court Cottage with these lovely windows with the arches to them. Well, this is now the very last bit of our walk round Lodsworth, and originally it was supposed to have been a very quick walk, and Cynthia said it's going to take at least an hour. Well, she's not far wrong. Anyway, just to my left hand side, we've got the old rectory, and we're heading up this little lane here, and it should take us to a car park, which is the car park to St Peter's, but also to the manor house. And the one thing we're always looking for when we're out on little walks is more footpaths, and there's a sign up there with bridle way and footpath signs, because you can walk along them. So here we go, round this corner. Heading down this track, which should then, at some point, bring us to the manor house, which is either to my right or straight in front, I should guess. Oh yeah, manor house there.
Here's the car park.
Oh, and this is the car park, one on this grass. Wow.
Isn't that lovely?
I must admit, I wouldn't want to try and drive off of here when it's chucking it down with rain. But here we are, this is the manor house. Isn't that fantastic? With the views right across this valley of woodland and a meadow down the bottom there. But you've got, from the manor house, you've got this lovely view of St Peter's Church, and this is the south side of the church, with a cockcrow as a weather vane, and in the distance behind them, the tower in a tree, we got lots of mistletoe, and I needed to get that right because I'm forever saying it's honeysuckle, but it's not, it's mistletoe. But here on this tree here, all this lovely little blossoms out, absolutely beautiful. Well, with the backdrop of the west entrance of St Peter's Church, Cynthia and I have now just about finished our walk round, but something that we did remember just now, or Cynthia did, that also a famous person that lived in Lodsworth was Ranulph Fiennes, explorer extraordinaire. Everybody knows Ranulph Fiennes, but yeah, he lived here. So one thing we've got to try and find before we leave, and that's the
St Peter's Well.
The St Peter's Well. So we're going to have a look for that before we leave. But if we can find that, great. If not, we've got somewhere else to go. So this is Cynthia and Kevin saying bye-bye, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, we were just about to get in the car, and we mentioned Ranulph Fiennes at the sort of the ending of the piece, but I want to add this bit in before I go any further. We were looking for St Peter's Well, and on another video clip earlier on, I said about a house being done up. Well, just here over this wall where this horrible container is St Peter's Well, the one-time home of Ranulph Fiennes. So I'm really pleased actually that Cynthia remembered it, and we've actually found it, and we're actually parked almost opposite it. So that's great. So that was a nice piece to add to the video. So we're going to press on. We're off to do another video at another place now. So as we both said earlier on, we'll catch you on another one, and bye for now. Bye.